Hey everybody, it's me, Kelly. Hope you guys are having a great day. This is a drawing that I did in the video prior to this. I did it and just kind of drew it. I'm going to show you. People ask me all the time, like from previous videos that I've done, why I draw and then I erase it. Um, I like to do that on certain things because like the hair, for instance, I don't want like if I was gonna do a pen and like a charcoal kind of thing, not paint it, I would want, the pencil, and I'd want like different like what is this? This is an 8B and there's 6B and 2B and HB and HBO and I don't know, all those other kind of pencils. This was a Derwent graphic, and this came in a kit I got. No, it didn't come in a kit because it has a price tag. But there are kits you can buy, which I do have, and I'd have to find it, and then, that's a whole good thing. But you can buy the kits that come, and they have like a little bag, like this little cute little black zipper bag, and it has like all these different numbers, and you can see that number there maybe. And my daughter had me trying on, you see how beautiful my nails look? We were trying on nail polish at the store. I forgot to take it off. But anyway, different things. So like, there are people who are really great artists out there who are sketch artists and can draw and just make things like really cool in the shadows and the this and the that. And I'm not one of them. So what I like to do, unless I don't care about the underneath as much coming through my paint. Like if I'm looking for a certain look, I'm hoping I'm getting this out correctly because who only knows. I would clear gesso it or throw a coat of your Collage Podge, Mod Podge, gel medium, white school glue, mixed with a little bit of wood or whatever, just to kind of seal this. So as you go over and paint it, the graphite doesn't mix with the paint. And I'm not going to do that today. Today, what I'm going to do is erase the basic of this. Still have what I drew come through to start to paint, if that makes sense. So this will probably be a 2-part process because, there's going to be a lot involved, and probably the next video will be a music video. This is for Lisa. I won't name her last name so nobody sends her hate mail for liking my jibber jabber on the videos I do. So we'll just keep it at Lisa. Hi Lisa. But yeah, so that's kind of my gig of what I like to do. I know a lot of people do that. I'm not the only one, but I did get a few emails asking, why do you erase? That's why I erase. I like using many different erasers. One of my favorites called the Magic Rub, and it's magically rubby. It rubs magically. Invented, I guess, in 1954. They were back there rubbing, doing magic and rubbing, I guess. I don't know. I like the Faber-Castell Dust Free. And I like another one, which I don't have here now. So that'll be another video. I don't know what I did with it. My luck, the dogs probably took it, and it's probably in a corner chewed. So let me start by, and like I said, the hair I'm not as worried. Now see, look at that, the rub. It was rubbed, and there's still, so make sure that you're not being like me, and you kind of like erase like a scrap piece of paper, because what happens is that black graphite that gets on there, which I'm not really too concerned with, but if you're really doing, like, I'm just doing this for fun because I'm going to do another one that's going to be more like a creepier looking, I can't say the word, I don't even know if I would say it right. It's a Day of the Dead girl, but it's like, what is it, like something Dia Muerte, I don't know what the heck it is, but anyway, it's not going to have a regular face. She's going to have like a little creepier face, but this is just a normal girl going out on that night, gonna have a few drinks, gonna have some fun. So the hair I'm not too worried about because that is always a last minute decision when I paint anyway. You can make her have a bob, you can make her have a shortcut, you can make her have, jazzy. You can make her have, I usually do the longer hair. Now I'm just going to put this in the garbage because it'll end up in a painting or something I do later. All those little good crumbs. Probably should have used the dust-free one. Maybe I will. And I'm OCD, and these little marks, which have nothing to do with nothing, are going to bug the crap out of me. So then we go on to this. And for whatever reason at the time, I wanted to see how much of the dark I wanted around her eyes and how much eyelid I wanted left, like what I was going to do. So I did, however, kind of darken that and kind of smudge it a bit. I used... I have all the paper stubs and all that kind of thing, but I use the Fantastics coloring tool Bullet, and it's from Sukaniko or whatever. You get like few of these in a thing, and I really think they're more for chalk and like pastels and stuff. I'm not sure. I like using it for this. If my other stuff was upstairs with my drawing stuff, so I wasn't gonna run up there and get that. I'm not that savvy with the editing to stop and then restart, as we all know. Now you can see as I'm doing this, the black where I smudged and smeared is smudging and smearing itself. I'm not going to worry about that too much because the base of her face is going to be white. And remember, I always tell you guys, mistakes, they're not really mistakes. We can fix things. Things are fixable. It's like a bad haircut. You get home, you have a bad haircut, and then, you look at it, and then you go home, and a couple days later after playing with it, you're like, oh, well, if I kind of do this with it, it'll get me through till it grows, or whatever. I'm sure we've all had a bad haircut. I had my hair real long when I was younger, like a teen. And I went to get a haircut, and I wanted a short haircut, and I have naturally curly hair. I had to have been, I don't know, 15, 16 years old. Went to get a haircut, and I wanted a shorter haircut, and like I said, my hair was very long, and walked out with, how do you say, in a nice way? Let's just say I had a crew cut. And it wasn't a crew cut that looked like when you see certain women and they have that nice short hair and you're like, wow, I wish I could wear short hair. Like, it was like curly Italian hair that was cut and like shaved on the sides and had like a little length on the top. Like I was like rockin' Kid and Play kind of look going on. I don't know what happened. Okay. And there was a member of my family who said, boy, you look like a monkey. And it really broke my heart. So then I learned after that, after I let the hair grow out and suffered, and I dyed it. I don't know. Back in the day, I would dye my hair. I still dye my hair every other color, but not as often because my hands don't work like they used to. And my hair is long, and I have to decide whether I'm going to get it cut. I'm going to have. Actually, I taught my husband how to cut my hair, but anyway. But then back in the day, I decided that I would go to beauty school because I wasn't smart to do anything else and did not want to do anything else. And I went to beauty school so I can learn how to cut hair, and I would cut hair and I would do makeup. I know looking at me, you guys are like, Jesus, you should have been a model. Look at y'all. Your makeup's beautiful. Your hair. I know you all are thinking that. And look, you ain't telling me nothing, okay? Because I know. But I'm just saying. So I did. I went to beauty school and learned how to do nails and hair and makeup. And then I worked at a salon and was the shampoo girl. And then I would do perms and makeup and hair for whoever I booked that day and that kind of thing. And I could put on a wicked good set of nails, and I could give you a nice color and cut or perm or whatever. And I'm talking with my hands. And I did it because, and then that's when I learned that people with naturally curly hair, you need to have your hair cut different than people with straight hair. I didn't know that. Now I do. So, you know what? I'm not going to use this color. I'm going to use, you want to use a permanent marker. And this is how I do it. You can do it whatever way you want. If you want to use a pen, or I'm looking around to see if I can grab one of my things, but I don't know if I can. Because I pushed the one things back to the one day and they went far back and I couldn't get them. Let's see. Let's pull out the old Reeves watercolor pencils for a second and get, instead of a marker. What the heck color is that? Why is there no black? Come on, black. But I want my black. Where's my black? Here's black. Do I want black or do I want brown or gray? Maybe I'll go with brown. Okay, I'm going to go with some brown. And while I'm just going real quick, just look. AC Moore, $1. Dollar. Look at this funness. You get 2 holes, because what's better than 2 holes? And you get this, and then all the little shavings catch in here. So I have one in my bag that I have all my stuff to carry upstairs and downstairs, because now I'm downstairs in my painting room, but upstairs is my sewing room with my clay. But I really can't get in there right now because I'm fostering a cat, which is going to be our last cat to foster for a while, because we did adopt a cat that we fostered prior, because we just fell in love with him. But they just started a new policy where they don't test them for AIDS or leukemia. And now, like, every move he makes, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So between, like, all my husband and mine and my daughter's health and all the doctor's appointments and everything else, like, I just can't take care of another, like, I just can't foster anymore right now. So not that that's really relevant to anything right now. But while I was sharpening, I thought I'd just let you know. What was the point I was telling you? So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in and I'm going to trace, and these are watercolor pencils, but you can use whatever kind you have. They don't have to be watercolor. You just want like a light, lighter than your graphite to kind of trace over. And you can use pen. You can use marker. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to trace the outside of the face. And like I said, I'm not going to worry about the hair too much right now, because I'll decide more of when the face is done. And I like to kind of do the hair last. And you see the shape of the head is kind of like wonky in a sense, but it's not going to really matter once I get hair on. Do you know what I mean? But if you don't, if you find that you need to fix it a little bit, you just go in and sketch a little bit more. It's not a big deal. Now I see this. Now I am going to trace this with the brown, but I know that I will go over this with black. And it might be a black marker. It might be black paint. Who knows at the moment. And I'm not worrying that I'm missing some of the lines. As my husband says, I worry about stupid things. I obsess. Because then when I get done, I'll look at it and say, oh, I should have. But yeah, those, and if you want more, like I said, it's yours. You just judge what you're doing. This is what I'm doing anyway. And I'm going to go in with the eyes. I'm not going to worry about the black right now, because I'm going to decide whether I'm going to use either paint or graphite or what else was I going to use? Or mark, like something, I love the chalks, you know what I mean? So that'll be something that I decide after. And if the eyes, when you're done and you get done tracing everything and you're going to paint and you're like, oh, the eye's a little funky, we'll be able to fix that too. Paint fixes everything. But because the pencil smears, and this is a little bit darker, now because this is watercolor, of course, anything I put on this is gonna, kind of smear it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to trace out my main things. I'm not going to worry about these designs right now, and I'm going to go for the nose and just give it a quick like that, and then I'm going to go for the lips, and then I'll explain why to you in a second. And, you know, make your little lines out. We're not going to do our little squigglies yet. Oh, but we will. Okay. And that's kind of as far as I'm going to go with this right now, because the next thing that I want to do is, if I can find, I'm so organized. There we are. Okay. I'm going to paint the face and the neck white. Now, what I might do, and I'm just going to squirt it here on my craft sheet. And I'm just using regular, I buy these in big containers like this, the white and the black, because I use them so much. And especially when I'm doing painting like this, or I'm playing around in my journal or whatever, I do have a few, I don't want to say better brands, because they're all basically they're just different degrees. But I like having these on hand because they're great to use for these kind of things. But what I do want to do is I want to dip my brush, and I just kind of want to go in over the face, because we want that base to be white, and go over the lip, around the lips, not over them, over the drawings. But if you go over the lips a little bit, it's not going to be a big deal, because you're going to still be able to see underneath. We just want that nice white. And also something else that I've probably told you a few times, don't worry if you go outside these lines. We're going to add hair. You know, it's nothing, you're not hurting anything. And I'm just going to go around. These are just so fun to make, because it's just your imagination and you sitting here. And I can't wait to make the other ones, the other kinds. Like more skull-like faces. I love me some skulls. But you can see as you're painting this that the you can still see underneath somewhat of what you have there. I'm going to go over that web in a minute. I cannot tell you guys enough. Never be afraid to try something new. You know, not only my YouTube, but there's so many, you know, the internet now shows you so much. And to make your own products, and that's why I love doing it. So you guys don't have to feel like you know, because a lot of us can't. We cannot go out and buy. Now this nose is going to end up black, but I'm going in with a little bit of white, because I'm kind of using it as my, even though I painted over, I mean, I you know, drew over it, I'm going to use the white as a base, like as a gesso. If you don't have gesso, and I've said this before also, use white paint. And that's another reason I buy that. I'll buy a big, you know, a big thing of white paint, inexpensive, because you know, you're basically just putting your base coat down. And the white is really for her, is going to be her face paint. Do you know what I mean? To make it white. So the rest sticks out. Now you see I used a watercolor pencil, right? Yeah, right? Watercolor pencil, yeah. It was Reeves. And you see it's not spreading, you know. Now understand this, and I've learned this the hard way years ago, and I still do it to this day. You see I went over it, and you can still see underneath here. Now as the paint activates that pencil, if I continue to go over it, it's going to run. Do you know what I mean? That's when the watercolor pencil will, I'm not really caring about it right now, but that's when the watercolor pencil will then activate and then make that part brown. Not going to be worrying about it, because I'll go in and fix that at the end. That just gave me my guides of where I can see. Same with the eyes. because I'm going to have to use something. And then go for that. And you can see kind of as it starts drying, it's funny because sometimes it looks like you didn't hit a place, but then it's because it's drying. So keep that in mind too. And then we're going to do her neck. And I have not decided, maybe I'll decide once I paint her neck in, if I'm going to add her to another piece or I'm going to make her the piece. Questions, questions. All right, now you see, I can probably move this closer and then turn it around. That looks creepy enough for me right there. I could really, oh, I love creepy. Like I said, my next one's going to be a little creepier, and then I might even do like a creepy something. But you see how we did it? We did it. I did it. We have the shape. We still have the shape of the mouth, and you can see underneath just barely where we're going to trace, you know, where we're going to do, if we're going to use a marker or whatever we're going to use. The nose, once the paint's dry, I'll go over it again with the brown so I have the nose. And then I'm not worrying about the black right now because I'm going to have to use something to make that black more pronounced, and I haven't quite decided whether I want to use, like I said, like charcoal or even Derwent Inktense pencil, like a black one or whatever. Haven't decided what I wanted to do her eyes yet. And I haven't decided all that yet. But right now, so we got the face going there. Now, it dried a bit. And I'm just going to go in where I see a few little spots. I don't see any cat hairs, so that's always good. But I got a chunk of paint in there that I don't want. Get out of there, paint. All the paint staying except, I mean, leaving except the chunk. Oh. And I think I got it pretty good. And because I drew it myself, I kind of know what I drew and how to redraw it. If you, like, you know, and that's on a good day. You know, some days I draw things and I do these kind of things and I'm thinking, what the heck did I do? So you can always take a picture of it with your cell phone or a camera or whatever so you know what you drew, if that makes sense. Now, another real quick tip. Has any of you ever done that? Like started something and, you know, I've walked in the bathroom to go pee and then end up doing, like, I don't know, cleaning something or brushing my teeth or doing something and not even peeing. I don't know. I think, like, nowadays we have so much stuff on our head, like on our minds, that it's, I need like our cell phones, like the iPhone. I need like an internal recorder. Okay, now what I'm going to do with the rest of my white paint, and this is going to be like my gesso thing. I'm just going to wet it the teeniest bit just to kind of get it a little bit wet. See that big, I don't know if you can see that big chunk. You get out of there. I'm going to wet it just the littlest bit. And then I'm just going to kind of like go over the background a little bit because I know I'm going to put her hair and it doesn't have to be everywhere, but it's going to give it a base. So when I do choose the color, it'll be darker and lighter in different places, just like our hair is. So there's no perfection to it. It's just use the rest of that white paint up as your gesso, which is picking up pink off of my mat. And maybe she'll have pink hair. Who knows? And like I said, always wet it. I'll wet my brush a little bit more just to pick up a little bit more. And just run it. And then, you know, like I said, you have your little coat of gesso down somewhat, you know what I mean? And then when you go in, then you choose your whatever kind of hairstyle you want for her. You can still make her have a bob or, you know, something funky or, you know, bangs or whatever because we have our white everywhere. So, I'm going to wipe up this white because it'll end up all over me. And we know I just love that. We're going to leave this dry. I'm not going to sit with the heat gun. I'm going to leave this dry. But when it's done, like I said, I'm going to go back in. Let's see if I can go over this real quick. And then trace again where I want everything to be at. Once it's dry, when I come back with the next video, this will all be dry, and I will have traced out all my extra little pieces that I had. And then I'll go from there. So thank you so much for watching. Be kind to each other, because you never know what battle somebody else is fighting. We should support each other, not go against each other. And I hope that this little demo of creepiness, it's really looking creepy now. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do a little fancy, little pretty little thing. I'll do creepy next. But I hope you all have a great weekend. And I hope you all do something fun. Fall weather. It's really nice. So I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.